What's good, everyone? It's the one and only NY Phenom. If you guys enjoy NFL, NBA content, want to see some more gaming content soon, give this video a like, and if you're new, go subscribe to the channel while you're at it. Now let's get into this video. Bang bang, season over. Niners gang. Hey, how was it? How was y'all Super Bowl run? How was it? Are y'all taking the trip to Disneyland? Is Jimmy G, is George Kittle, and this stout 49ers defense going to take a trip to Disneyland? They heading back to San Fran, and you know they're depressed. They're depressed. They're sad. Did you see them walk back to the locker room when the game was over? Listen, man. Shout out to Patrick Mahomes. Shout out to the Chiefs offense. Shout out to the Chiefs defense. Shout out to the Chiefs, man. Listen, all year long I was up and down on the Chiefs. You know, at moments I thought that they were just as good as any team in the league. And other moments I thought they were fraudulent. I thought they were fake. I thought they were phony. But at the end of the day, they showed up and they got hot at the right time. Shout out to his Chiefs defense. Now, I'm about to rag on Kyle Shanahan real quick. I got to throw my shots at 49ers Nation. But, overall, the Chiefs played one hell of a game. Shout out to the defense. They stepped up and made plays when needed. And, listen, it wasn't the prettiest game, especially from Patrick Mahomes. I mean, from the first to the third quarter, I didn't know what was up with Mahomes, man. Like I was up in Fist Vegas chat and we were, saying Patrick McNabb, Patrick Grossum. I mean, we're having a lot of fun with it because, I mean, let's be real. The first 3 quarters, especially the first half, Patrick Mahomes looked like a BUM bum. I mean, let's be real. I mean, that first interception was terrible. I mean, he was throwing balls in the dirt, wasn't reading, wasn't making the right reads, and it just didn't look good. It didn't look good. The 49ers pressure was getting there. Buckner, they were just getting there. And he was being pressured, and he just couldn't make any plays. But he had that clutch run in the first quarter. Took a hit with it, but he ended up getting the end zone. But overall, Patrick Mahomes, he made plays when needed. Threw the ball to Tyreek Hill. Sammy Watkins waxed Sherman in one-on-one coverage. Revis had a field day with that on Twitter. Listen, I know I never made a video about it. Y'all know I'm gonna forever love Sherman. I mean, as a Seahawks fan, as much as you despise the Niners and we're somewhat indifferent about him joining the Niners, it's still Sherman at the end of the day. So you're still going to love Sherman and all the fun moments he gave us Seattle fans. But at the end of the day, Richard Sherman he's primarily a zone corner. And we all knew this. I mean, he's a cover 3 zone corner. There's nothing new. This is not new news. This is not breaking news. I mean, we all knew this from day one. Revis, in my opinion, is one of the best man-to-man press corners. So how he reads the game is a lot different than Sherman. And on that particular play, they were playing one-on-one coverage with no safety help over the top, and he got waxed by Watkins. I mean, it's just that simple. And it's funny that Watkins, man, he can be silent for a long time but make the plays that's needed. That's what Watkins has done. I mean, besides the first game of the season, Watkins was really quiet, made big plays when needed, especially in the postseason, and he did it again. But overall, Patrick Mahomes made the plays when needed. The bomb he threw at Tyreek Hill, of course, and shout out to Damian Williams. And if I'm going to be real, I know it's a quarterbacks league, so quarterbacks get all the praise, but Damian Williams deserved Super Bowl MVP. Let's be real. Damian Williams, in my opinion, was Super Bowl MVP. He deserved it. I mean, he was running all over the 49ers defense. I mean, my X factor, I picked the Niners to win the game. And my thing was, I couldn't see Patrick Mahomes throwing the ball 60 times this game and winning, because the pressure was going to get there and he was going to get put on his back multiple times. But the X factor, in my opinion, was, could the Chiefs run the ball? And out of nowhere, Andy Reid decides to run the ball in the biggest game of the year. I mean, shout out to Andy Reid. That's who we really need to give the biggest shout out to. Andy Reid. He finally gets his first Super Bowl. Long wait, long overdue, but he finally comes up clutch in the biggest moment. So, overall, what a great season by the Chiefs, and they finish it off the right way with the Lombardi trophy. I mean, I really never thought we would see the day of Andy Reid getting a championship. I just thought that would never happen because it just felt like it. But hey, he had the better quarterback, on the field, and he got it done. So that's all I really gotta say about the Chiefs. Like I said, y'all got hot at the right time on both sides of the field, and you guys got it done, man. So much respect. The only thing I really have to say is, besides the game being pretty much up and down for you guys on the offensive side, is I don't like how you guys did Shady McCoy. I really don't. That gave me that left a bad taste in my mouth before the game, hearing the news that LeSean McCoy was going to be a healthy scratch. It made me feel, I feel for Shady McCoy, man. That was going to be his first Super Bowl appearance, and he didn't get to participate in the biggest game of his career. Now, it must be something that happened off the field, or something that just happened that we don't know of. Maybe Shady McCoy says something or did something, and this is his consequence. But if he was just a healthy scratch just because of depth reasons for other positions, that's just I can't respect that. I just can't. Especially when your coach, when you're Andy Reid and you've been with LeSean McCoy pretty much his entire career. I mean, Andy Reid was there when LeSean McCoy was young in Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? He was young when he was there when he was playing with the Eagles. And to see LeSean McCoy finally make it to the biggest game in his career, and for him not to even be able to participate, just made me not really want to cheer for the Chiefs. Now, I couldn't cheer for the Niners. I was just conflicted. But, anyway, Chiefs got it done, so shout out to them. Damian Williams had one hell of a game. And that was that. Now, let's rag on these Niners. Let's get it popping. Let's start off with Kyle Shanahan. Listen, Kyle Shanahan, you blew it again. You blew it again. You had the lead. You had the game. It was 21-10 going to the fourth quarter. I mean, this game should have been over. You guys had multiple times to end the game. And what does Kyle Shanahan do? He tries to get creative. He tries to get finesse and tries to get, he tries to get fancy. And what does he do? He screws it up. Why not just run the ball all three times? You saw that the Chiefs could not stop the outside run. They couldn't stop it. Whether it was Deebo Samuel, Rasheed Monster, Tevin Coleman, they couldn't stop it. And what does he try to do? He tries to do play action with Jimmy G for a dagger. He was looking for the dagger. He was looking for the slice in the neck. And what does he do? He falls straight on his face. And so is Jimmy G. Listen, Jimmy G, you were playing really well. You were playing Brady-esque up until the fourth quarter. And then, from there, we saw that he's just jittery G. Listen, hey, Niners fans, this is your future? This is your future? This is who's going to compete with Russell Wilson for the upcoming years? Well, I'm not worried. I told you, listen, I don't think Jimmy G is a bum. I've been saying it all year. I don't think Jimmy G is a bum. But do I think he's anything special? Do I think he's the next Brady? No. Because Brady wouldn't look so nervous. I mean, Jimmy G was out there. He was looking shook. When the pressure was on and he knew that he had to make a play to win the game, he was shook. I mean, we're not going to even talk about the overthrow he had against Emmanuel Sanders. I mean, everybody's been talking about that. That That was a badly placed ball. But besides that, when the pressure was getting there from the Chiefs with Chris Jones and Frank Clark and the crew, Jimmy G was moving his feet. He wasn't staying in the pocket calm. I mean, it just didn't look good. So I gotta blame a lot of it on Jimmy G. I mean, there was times when George Kittle was open in the flat. I mean, at least Jimmy G, all season we knew that he could throw it to George Kittle on the flat and make George Kittle, make his plays after the catch, but he didn't even do that. He didn't even give George Kittle an opportunity to make a big play. So, overall, I'm disappointed in Kyle Shanahan. You did it again. I guess you didn't learn from the 28-3 lead versus the Falcons. I mean, he just gets fancy at the wrong time. He likes to go for the dagger play. Why not just win the game? I mean, like the crew said and Mark Spears, run that damn ball. Rasheed Mostert, Tevin Coleman. You got Kyle Juszczyk. You got the best fullback in the game, and you don't even run the ball with him. It just disgusting. Disgusting. You had Deebo Samuel running all over this whack Chiefs run defense. And what he do, he tries to put the ball in Jimmy G hands to win the game. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But that's what the Niners do. That's what the Niners do. They lose the biggest games. I mean, it's what the Niners do. So, overall, all the talk that you guys been giving to Seattle, where'd they get you? Where'd they get you? All the talk, all the bang Niner gang went nowhere. Because at the end of the day, you guys are back to where all of us are at. Besides the Chiefs, you're right with us. You're with the Hawks. You're with the Ravens. You're with the Bengals. I mean, you're a loser at the end of the day. You lost at the biggest stage with the lead, and your season's over. And now you got to start all over again. Now, to be fair, comparing it to last year's team who went to the Super Bowl and lost, I think you guys are in a better position than the Rams. Be real, because last year, my feeling is a lot of these players that's on the Rams, I'm talking last year, were in expiring contracts. The offense ran through Todd Gurley, and we saw him pretty much deteriorate throughout the year, especially playoff time. So, overall, you guys are in a better position than the Rams, so I don't think you guys are just going to fade away like them. I expect the 49ers to still be contenders, but at the end of the day, you guys got to fix something because, hey, Jimmy G, if the game is in his hand, man, I mean, who knows? I mean, he made a few big plays throughout the regular season. I remember that Emmanuel Sanders pass against the Rams to put the Niners in position to win the game. I remember the George Kittle, the quick slant, flat route he threw to George Kittle to win the game against New Orleans in the Dome. But at the end of the day, in the biggest stage, you guys couldn't get it done. So overall, that's all I really got to say. Niners fans, hey, stay away from all sharp objects. That's all I really got to say. But on a serious note, listen. NFL season was great. It was fun reacting to all the games I reacted to, all the week previews, all the power rankings, all just the NFL talk. Man, it was a lot of fun. It really was. This season was really good. It was a really good season. But overall, hey, the NFL season's over, so it's time to get to some NBA content, man. NBA content coming soon. I got a Knicks video planned to come out later on today. But yeah, I'm not going to really cover NFL again to the NFL draft, NFL free agency. So, overall, it's going to be a little bit different on the channel. But back to Knicks content, back to NBA content. Who knows? I might cover some WWE. You never know, man. WWE is looking pretty good now. So we'll see how it plays out. But overall, that's it. That's all. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm the number one, and I'm out. Deuces.